Hi, Christian.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Tell me, why do we need to use a TV when in these days the smartphone is enough?
Yeah, that's actually the point. You make it by your own. You know, we're all sitting in a plane or in a train and we all look to our smartphones. And there are for sure some families and couples where everyone at home sits and is looking at their smartphone. So television also nowadays is a little bit like the fireplace in the kitchen, right? So where everyone was gathering together and having a nice chat and talking about things. And that's actually what's happening in the living room when you have a television. It's more a far more open experience than when everyone is just looking at his smartphone.
But it's the TV is still the starting point for development of a house or in the living area?
I guess the living room is still the place where all the people come together.
When you want to redecorate your living room, let's say, and it's the TV, the main...
No. The TV should fit in your living room. It should not be the altar in the living room.
You don't start with the TV?
No.
You start with the sofa or what? Something else?
Yeah, or whatever you like. It's totally depending on you.
But you know that sometimes people are saying that, okay, we have this TV, so it's like big enough or small, so we start from the TV, not from other things.
I think that's
because
the wrong
of the
perspective,
TV.
so I wouldn't do that as a designer, to start from the television.
To start from
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, not at all.
I would just set up my living room environment how I like to have it, and then I would look for a television that fits into that.
Okay, and then how do you explain to a woman how to choose a TV at home without, or to a person who doesn't know about technology or the technical informations of the TV?
Yeah, actually, I gave already a little bit of the answer up front, because it's then a lot depending what kind of picks you made, right? And therefore I guess we have enough televisions which fit to every living room, so you need to pick the one or the other, and that's just my recommendation I can do. And then it comes of course it comes down to the point, is it a kitchen location where then you wouldn't go for a 65-inch probably. But in a living room, I guess a good and big picture is nothing wrong with it.
Okay, but you will tell me about the colors or, the ambilight. And what would you say to me to take consider of on a TV? Even if it's for a kitchen or for a living room or something else?
I would say you have to experience it, not just on the web, that's the first thing, because this is very difficult, something to communicate, and very often in nowadays you don't see the real pictures anymore, you just see renderings, and that it's sometimes very hard to communicate the real qualities of a material via the rendering.
Why not ambilight on other TVs?
What you mean by other TVs?
Like other TVs, not big or small. Just
no, it's just the point that Philips around 12 years ago invented ambilight, and so it's our patent.
I know.
So
that's why that was the question.
That explains
for you
it
to
quite.
Tell me
that explains it quite easy, and I can give you a bit more an insight. It's at the beginning it was a collaboration also with Philips Lighting, and it, as I know, it was before my time actually. But what I got told, you know, it started in the decades ago. Some people put lights behind the television to lower the contrast, so you have an easier experience when you watch television. Because the contrast level from the television towards the dark wall behind in the evening is not such high.
Okay.
And the ambilight helps you on that. So
I know.
That brings you also in the position that you can watch television for a longer time, because your eyes getting less tired.
And how do you create a TV screen without a frame? How do you make it special, or how do you make it unique?
That's actually a very difficult point you touch on here, because the smaller the bezel gets, right? The smaller the frame is, the more difficult it is to create an identity. and you can also see that on other brands, not just on us, but that their identity very often comes from the stand and from the word mark carrier, so to say. Because the icon would be just a frame with a picture in it, and it's nothing that you can link to any brand anymore.
How slim can you make a TV?
Yeah, at the moment the 9002, when you talk about the thickness itself, it's about, I hope I'm not mistaken, but I guess it's 4.7 millimeter.
And it can be more slimmer than it is.
Yeah, we are on the way, but we are not there.
But you are trying that.
We are working on it, yeah.
Slimmer than this? Is it possible?
Oh yeah, it is.
And which is your best experience with a TV?
Whatever I watch on my TV at home, that it's just better, because even the news are better with Ambilight.
So it's Ambilight and that's it. It's
yeah, Ambilight makes a huge part of the experience.
Yes, I know. But in the future, if you can see a TV, put it on a, instead of a mirror, instead of a wall, instead of something like, I don't know.
I mean, there are quite some concepts out there, but this is purely concepts, where it's covering the whole wall. We already had these studies, but technology at the moment is not ready for that, to bring that on a big scale, and also on an industrial scale. You can make certain samples to a certain size, but the investment for the samples is just at the moment far too high.
But if you are in a room, in an empty room, and if you have to choose to put a TV instead of something.
So it's a lot easier nowadays to position a television, because the light output of the television nowadays is a lot higher than just, I would say, 2 years ago. 2 years ago we had a light output of around 350 to 400 nit, and now we are ending up with a light output of 800 to 1000 nit. So that makes the placement of a television in a room absolutely less critical.
Okay.
So even with a window, you will get a little bit an impact by the window, but it's absolutely not a problem anymore.
Yeah, but in my mind is no limitation. That's why I'm asking that. I don't have a limitation of something. So I see a room, but one of the walls or one of the window is a TV. Can I have this in the future?
So I guess you've seen on the web some studies where you can make the transparent screens, which are then very often used on a window.
Maybe, yeah.
To show the... Oh, it's possible.
It's Philips. Philips have something in mind with this?
Not actually at the moment.
Because
the picture quality that you can derive from this kind of transparent panels is not really high-end. So you lose a lot on contrast, and some things are just not so easy possible anymore.
Okay.
But actually our televisions work best when you place them in a little bit of distance against the wall, so the Ambilight can enable them to float in the light.
Do you watch TV every day?
I do.
Really?
Do you?
No.
No?
I don't have
you need
time.
a Philips television.
I have one, but I don't have time for that. So every day? Every night?
Yeah, not every night, but yesterday I watched a nice old movie from David Lynch.
If you are free to design a TV, just free of everything, how do you want your TV to be?
Invisible when he's off.
Invisible when it's off. All right. I haven't thinking about that.
Yeah, at the moment we have always this situation that you have something in your living room which is getting bigger and bigger. Yeah? So the standard screen sizes are about 55 to 65 inch at the moment. And if the television is off, it's just a black thing. I guess no one actually wants that, right?
I want.
You want a black thing in your living room?
Yeah, why not? I think it's something else. It's something special. When it's not open, you don't see it.
I think it's that we are really thinking also in this direction, that when you see, for instance, Alexa, the technology actually is just the voice anymore, right? So technology disappears. And this is what will happening with television at a certain moment as well.
Will you prefer big TVs or small TVs?
I wouldn't nail it down to big or small. It's just it needs to fit to the room where I place it. So I wouldn't squeeze a television on a small piece of furniture.
Okay, I got it. Okay. So my question about the smallest TV ever.
The smallest TV ever?
Yeah.
So our smallest televisions are around 22 or 24 inch. And that's actually targeting very small spaces and very low budgets.
Okay, yes.
So, or very different application situations, like you could have it in a caravan.
And how do you see Romania? Do you think it's a good market for you?
I didn't know that much about Romania so far, but as I've heard from my colleagues in the plane, actually, it's a very good market for us. Yeah?
Yes, it is. Okay.
With a big old Philips heritage as well.
Yeah, it's true. So, thank you very much.
Thank
Enjoy
you
Bucharest as for a few hours
I hope
left.
for the hints that you promised me.
Thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you. You too.